So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about the Ice Poseidon situation. And I know this is kind of like the internet, so me talking about something that happened a week ago, or not even a week ago, but just a few days ago, is like me talking about the 2012 election. But I'm going to tell you guys something right now. It's 6:16 a.m. I'm kind of bored, and I want to feel like I did something productive today besides just playing video games and jerking off. So I'm making this video, and hopefully you guys will like it. So anyway, the reason that he got banned, basically I got to turn off my refrigerator. So the reason he got banned is basically somebody, they called a bomb threat onto an airplane whenever he was streaming on an airplane, and he had given away like some bit of personal information that would allow people to find out where he was. Apparently the person that that actually called in the threat did not use the information that he provided, but Twitch considered it self-harm, and they banned Ice Poseidon indefinitely. Now, Ice Poseidon has been not necessarily the golden boy of Twitch, or at least not in Twitch's eyes. This guy has been associated with racism and just basically everything that, you know, the politically correct people don't like. And I'm not saying that he's doing that or anything. I'm just saying that's what people think. So I think that him getting banned was probably a relief for Twitch because of the potential, like, the liability that he causes. And so just before he got banned, he had been doing all of these IRL streams, and he had been doing this basically as soon as IRL came out. Now, before IRL, he was streaming RuneScape, and there was some level of shenanigans, but shit really hit the fan once it was IRL. And the reason people like to watch Ice Poseidon stream is, like, you go on there, and it's like, is he going to try and get his iPad stolen by some random homeless person? Is some dude going to pop up in a Denny's where he's at and blow a fire extinguisher everywhere? Or is he going to get a bomb threat called on him in an airplane? So it's always that crazy, sporadic, erratic thing where you never know what's going to happen. And that's why people liked watching the stream. And unfortunately, that's what ended up being the demise of his stream, or at least on Twitch TV. So the way that I feel about this, and was it his fault? Well, I mean, to an extent, yeah. I mean, if you give out your information, especially on an airplane, that's fucking stupid. And I'm not saying that it's really his fault, because, I mean, these fucking guys, they committed a felony to get this guy in trouble. So I feel like kind of stupid to say it's his fault for doing that, but it's kind of like whenever you park your car somewhere and you leave your car unlocked and somebody breaks into your car, it's not really your fault that your stuff got stolen, but you're kind of an idiot for not locking your car, right? So that's kind of the way that I feel about it, and I think the reason that they banned him is just straight fucking liability, guys. I mean, what are you gonna have? You can't have some guy that's on the federal watch list. I mean, you can't have some guy who's sitting there with the stream, and you've got armed security guards, NSA, Homeland Security, police, I don't know what the hell these guys were, coming onto an airplane thinking that they're about to nail the next Osama bin Laden, and then they find out it's just some dude with a big nose and a webcam. So obviously, that can put a lot of people in a really bad situation. I mean, these fuckers are coming here with guns. People, mistakes can happen, right? I'm not saying that they should. I'm not excusing them. But, I mean, let's be real, guys. Shit can happen. And so, if you have somebody who's putting other people in that danger, and I'm not saying that he's putting them in that danger, but his streams and him being online kind of acts like a lightning rod for bad shit to happen wherever he's going. So he went to a Denny's, like my example before. He went to a Denny's, and people came in there with a fire extinguisher, and they sprayed it everywhere, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only guy there. Somebody's got to clean that shit up. So obviously Twitch is kind of enabling, not really enabling, but they're giving a platform for somebody to do this, and whenever this person streaming is creating all of these negative interactions with the swatting and everything else, it's not really a surprise that Twitch is going to ban them. And the reason, honestly, I think it comes down to, as I said before, is liability. I mean, it's like if somebody did get hurt, right? If somebody did get hurt going onto the airplane, and I don't know what could happen, right? Or somebody got their flight delayed, I feel like somebody could at least try. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I think somebody could at least try to sue Twitch or hold Twitch partially liable for broadcasting this and creating the situation where it could occur. And I don't really know if like this would happen whenever he's not streaming. So like if he just went there, and would people call it anyway? I don't know. But I do feel like putting your information out there, especially on an airplane, that's just, to me, that's incredibly, like, if at the absolute least, it's it's like, what's like really the word for this? Like, it's just not, it's like completely reckless, right? It's just completely reckless to do. And at the absolute worst, it's dangerous. And somebody could potentially get killed for a situation that could come out of that. So because it's so serious, it doesn't really matter if what he does breaks the TOS, because they can get fucking sued. It doesn't really matter to them. It's just kind of it's judging two things, right? Do we want to have this guy on here that already kind of has more of like a negative reputation with, like what I said, with the racism and the swatting in the past, all of that? Do we want to keep this person on our website and just kind of wait for something else bad to happen? Because very clearly, I can't really say that Ice Poseidon is inviting these things to happen, but I can definitely say he's not doing a lot to prevent them from happening. And obviously, it's not really his responsibility to prevent other people from doing things, but whenever you consistently do something and it ends up hurting other people, you kind of have to look at what really, what's the outcome of this, and is this really something that you should be doing? And more or less, if it's something that you should be doing, and like, yeah, okay, you don't give a fuck about anybody else, but is this something that people are going to want to support? A website's going to want to support and I guess like broadcast and give a platform to? Well, I would say probably not. It just creates a bad reputation for the website, and it could be like, there's a big news story, and then people, you have like some old lady at the grocery store, oh, Twitch, I heard of that. Isn't that the place where people get shot on the airplane, or there's bombs on the airplane or something? That's what people would really get out of it. So I feel like the reason that they banned him was pretty reasonable, but it's just a bad situation for everybody. I feel like Ice Poseidon could have done a lot more to prevent this kind of stuff from happening, but at the same time, it's really not entirely his fault. So it's a bad situation for both parties. You've got Twitch, who probably feels like they have to ban him because, as I said, this could have really led to people being endangered and hurt. And also, from the other perspective, there's Ice Poseidon, who's getting banned because of something that he didn't even fucking do. And I don't really think that's fair. So it's just a bad situation for both parties. And sometimes there's not really a right decision. Sometimes not everybody else can come out ahead, and sometimes people just get fucked over. And I think this is an example of that. And I'm kind of disappointed to see it happen. Now, ever since the ban, a lot of people have been really, really angry about this. Reasonably so. As I said, it's kind of like blaming the victim. It's like, as an example, if Twitch banned people for viewbotting, then what you could do is you could maliciously viewbot somebody's channel that you don't like, and then get that person in trouble. So that's why they don't punish people for viewbotting, because effectively it could very, very quickly lead into punishing the victim. So I feel like I can understand that. I completely agree with that. But whenever things do become serious and they involve federal government, homeland security, and everything like that, you have to look beyond just what's in the TOS, and Twitch has to do its best for them as a company. So because of that, I'm not really surprised that they decided to cut ties with Ice Poseidon. Now, this was not the first time he was banned. He had been swatted before, and I think he had been swatted more than once also. And so it feels like to me, like if you have a stream that has a reputation for being swatted before, the last thing that you want to do is go into an airplane and stream it. It just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm taking crazy pills. But anyway, so people are really pissed off about it, and Ice Poseidon put out a video, and he said, yo, I'm moving over to YouTube, YouTube Live, YouTube Gaming, I'm not sure, and he's basically going to be talking with some people at YouTube and trying to make YouTube and be one of the, I guess, like forerunners of people trying to build YouTube into a competitive streaming platform to Twitch. And I completely support him. I think this is great. And this is not really because I'm like a huge Ice Poseidon fan. I honestly don't really watch his streams a lot. I've seen some of the things he does. I think they're funny, but I'm asleep most of the time, or I'm doing my own streams most of the time, so I don't really have a lot of time to watch other streams. But from what I've seen, he's funny. But it's not really that I'm going to watch it all the time. It's more that it's from a purely capitalistic perspective that competition breeds excellence. And I feel like a lot of websites, whenever they're competing with each other, the real winner out of that competition is the customer or the user. And that's what I really hope is going to happen with this YouTube Live and Twitch TV thing. I think Twitch should get rid of the IRL section. I want to just mention that too. I think they should get rid of it. It just creates too many problems, and I think the Ice Poseidon pushing it to its limits is very good evidence of that. Now, obviously, you could kind of say, well, you can't go to like restaurants, you have to do it in your house or something like that, or just like non-gaming. And, something like, I guess like making things more defined, but I feel like IRL section in the facility that it's in right now, where you have people walking around trying to interact with people in real life, I think it just breeds bad situations. And even though it's entertaining and engaging for viewers, the real people that lose out are the other people around. I mean, you gotta remember, these are real people, right, that are getting sometimes borderline harassed by these streamers, or also having their businesses harassed by viewers of the streamer. And also, it could hurt the streamer if something happens to them that kind of supersedes the TOS, like with what happened with Ice Poseidon. So that's basically the way that I feel about it. It just really sucks for both parties involved. I hope that I didn't really come off as somebody that's like, I don't really think Twitch did, I don't think they did the right thing. I think they did what they had to do, but I don't think they did the right thing. I don't think anybody did the right thing. It just really sucks that things like this happen. And and also, like, you can't really punish the people that were doing the swatting. I mean, like, what if they lived in Albania or something? Like, I actually don't even know where Albania is, but I'm pretty sure it's outside U.S. jurisdiction. What, are you going to arrest some fucking dude in Kuwait because he called a SWAT team on some guy in Alabama? Nothing's going to happen. So, placing the blame on the people that are calling things in and the actual the people that are breaking the law is definitely valid, but it's also completely unconstructive. I'd rather focus on what could work rather than what should work, because I feel like if you start things off with an unrealistic starting point, anywhere that you go from there is just going to be bullshit. So anyway, and it's just going to be completely unproductive, and instead of focusing on what you could actually do, you're focusing on an imaginary paradigm and an imaginary world. So I definitely hope, I wish them all the best success on YouTube Gaming or YouTube Live, whatever it's going to be. Personally, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I really don't. And I'm not saying that I want it to go nowhere, I'm just saying I don't think it will. But all of that being said, yeah, I wish them the best of luck. I think Twitch really needs to reevaluate how they have the IRL section set up, and also be much more clear and much more proactive with their viewers. I feel like they should have told Ice Poseidon, because he's such a big streamer, and they should have told him, don't go here, don't do this, don't do that. They should have already done that before he even got to the fucking airplane. They should have already said not to do that. They should have turned off his stream proactively. And that's completely on Twitch. So it's just a situation where I think everybody's wrong, and at the same time, any sort of outcome of that is going to be negative, and that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. So that's pretty much all I've got. I know there are a lot of people that are really, really big fans of Ice Poseidon and didn't really think they did anything wrong. To you guys, I would say, even if everything that you say is right, you really can't blame Twitch for not wanting to be synonymous with the website that people get bomb threats called on them, and also be potentially liable for something bad happening to someone on an airplane. For those guys that think Ice Poseidon did everything wrong and it's completely his fault, he didn't call the bomb squad to the airplane. Like, even if he created a situation where that could occur, he didn't do that. And that's not his fault. So it's just a bad situation for everybody involved, and I hope that everybody, him, viewers, and Twitch, can learn from it. That's pretty much it. Peace.